There's one horse up at the farm who's very tall but very narrow, and they call him the coochie killer.
Oh yeah. Well, he's got the withers on him, so I'm like, for me, they kind of go, and I'm like, oh, what the hell? Okay, ready?
Or skidding to a stop. That's always lovely.
Oh, yeah. They just like, stop quick. Here's 1, 2, 3. Oh. There you go. He's like, oh, okay.
Hey, handsome.
But he doesn't care how you ride him.
Man, if we had land, I might steal him from myself.
And you have his papers?
Yes, I do.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So 14 years old?
He's 14 years old. He's got so many good years left in his life.
And this farm, we run him to 22, 23.
That's so good for him. I prefer, in fact, what I didn't like with the lady that had him was that during the critical year, I call it critical years because it was the younger end of his life, where all the muscle building and the conditioning for the lungs, the heart, everything develops. Yeah, wasn't there because it wasn't used enough. I'm like, oh my God. So we've worked really hard in conditioning, got the fat off, got the tone back on him, and the mindset.
Well, these boys work 2, 3, 4 lessons a day, 6 days a week. They get turned out 4 hours a day out into the kind of large, it's actually in the middle of a redwood forest. So it's paddocks in a redwood forest.
Yeah.
And they get to be with the other horses for 4 to 6 hours a day.
Oh, how is he with other horses?
He's good. I mean, all horses will try to find who the boss is.
Oh, yeah.
So I can't say, like at my place, I got the 2 mares in him. One's my husband's horse, who he loves, and I can't understand why. She's kind of a twit, but anyway. And the other one's the one my daughter rides, and the only thing I could sell was this one. But he gets along great with one of the mares. The other mare he doesn't like, but she likes him. So she's always getting beat up by him because he's like, move over, you know, get out of here. Yeah. But I mean, he's been fine here. I can put them all together and they all get along. Of course, the mares squeal, but I mean, he doesn't go after somebody and go, I'm going to kill you, or I'm going to run backwards and kick
Not
at you.
overly aggressive.
He's never done that here, no. Now, I can't say, as I said, when he goes somewhere else, what he could do.
Absolutely.
But here, he's been fine. The lady that had him, when she didn't ride him, I'm like, she fed this horse so much food and so much grain. And I go, why did you give him grain? He's not getting ridden.
Yeah, he's not burning any of that.
He's fat. He's not burning anything.
Oh, but they need grain. They like grain.
Yeah, well, because it goes back to, oh, what a good boy here. He needs his sweets. He needs his goods. I'm like, no, he doesn't.
Snacky treats.
Yeah, if you're working him good, yes, give him his grain. Give him his, plenty of food. And he can eat any kind of food. I try not to feed him just straight alfalfa for his food, just because it's hot for him. You can, but I don't think they really gain the proper weight on just alfalfa.
It's too hot.
They need some grass content.
Yeah,
that's
we actually feed
them.
about 60 grass, 40% alfalfa. So
yeah.
60-40 mix. And they get LMF Showtime.
Okay, because he can definitely use grain, and he can probably use more than what I'm giving him.
And sweet cob.
Yep, and he loves sweet cob. And the sweeter the flavor, then he eats it. If it's not too sweet, he goes. So the trick with him is I give him his grain first or after the ride when there's no hay.
Gotcha.
And I don't give him the hay until he's got it slicked clean. Because he's done this to me before where I thought, oh good, he ate his food. The cats are eating his grain. I'm all,
clever.
Oh, I know how you work now. So he's always ready after lessons. That's usually what I've been doing it to him, is I give it afterwards. So he knows, oh good, I've been worked. I'm all relaxed. Now I can have my grain for the nighttime.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, that's perfect.
And
Thank you very much.
He works good if you feed him either way.